Over the last few years, I have been shooting film photography, and it has been growing in popularity all across the internet. And it was curiosity that got me started. I grew up in a very much digital age, and it has been fun just trying out film, which is sort of a blast from the past. And even though I like the look, I would say there are good things about it and there are bad things about it. And my experience has been mixed. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than digital, just different. So I'll be jumping into a few things that I like about film photography and then why I won't be shooting film photography anymore. Here are a few things I like about shooting film. The first one is the experience. It's completely analog, well, for the most part, and the technology just gets out of your way. With digital cameras, you have to be setting up autofocus, setting up menus, customizing it, all sorts of things just to get it working and to get the results you want. With film, you just pick up a camera and you load up your film, and for the most part it's completely manual. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff, and you can actually focus your attention on taking photos, which is the entire point. So it's very much old-fashioned and it's a unique experience, so I really like that. The second reason I like shooting film is because there is just so much variety. If you want a new look, it's as simple as just choosing a different film stock, because every film stock has a unique look and there's just so much to try, and some of them are really weird and interesting and I'd say quite fun. And a few of those weird ones are Psychedelic Blues 400, there's Cinestill 800T, there's Lomochrome Purple, there's Kodak Aerochrome, and there are many, many, many others. They're countless. So there's also always something fun to try, and there's something for everyone. So whatever the look you're going for, you can just swap out the film and you're done. You have a brand new look. The third reason why I enjoy shooting film is delayed gratification. When you shoot film, well, when I shoot film, I usually just put it down and just forget about it. And by the time I am ready to develop the film, I'm experiencing the photos all over again, because I don't remember what I shot. So when the scans come back, I'm like, oh wow, I took that photo, and you're kind of just reliving the experience, and it's very different than digital, where you take a photo and you look at the back of your screen and you say, oh, you might delete it. It's just different. So that's one of my reasons why I really enjoy film. Film photography can be good and the results are really amazing, but here are the reasons why ultimately I won't be shooting film anymore, and why you probably shouldn't be shooting film either, but it's entirely up to you. So the first reason is processing. I jumped in head first. I tried developing and scanning for myself. I did 2 rolls and it's just not for me. I don't want to be fumbling in the dark. I don't want to be playing with toxic chemicals that have a short shelf life and will expire. Yeah, it's just a hassle, and it's made worse when you live in a country like Jamaica, where you don't have many options for labs and development and film supplies. It's just a hassle, and it's not something I want to deal with on a constant basis. If you're the type of person that you don't mind doing it hands-on, or you live in a different country with plenty of options, that might not be an issue for you, but it is for me, and that's one of my reasons. However, If you are in Jamaica, I use Shop Analog Club to develop all my film, and they also sell cameras, film, instant cameras, pretty much all your film supply. If you're interested and you're here in Jamaica, give them a message on Instagram and just check out their page. I will leave a link below. So yeah, that's if you're interested in film any at all. The second reason I'm no longer interested in shooting film is price. Film is expensive, and it's not a surprise to anyone, I suppose, but with digital, every time you take a photo, it goes onto your SD card and you can keep shooting as many as you want, and you just delete and take more photos, and it goes on and on. With film, every time you push that button, it's costing you money, literally every photo. So a roll of film typically has like 20 to 36 frames, and yeah, for every roll, that's how many photos you can take. Don't get me started on the constant price increases. So Fujifilm recently announced that they are increasing their prices between 20 and 60% for film supplies, and it's being made worse by the pandemic, by supply shortages. Everything is out of stock. It's kind of a mess. Kodak has been increasing prices, and a few others, and it sucks. Let's face it. Also, every time you develop a roll of film, it's costing you money. So you're paying to scan, you're paying to develop, and you're paying more for film. So it's really an expensive process. As an example, you're paying $11 for a roll with 36 frames, and you're paying another $15 to develop and scan. So that's $26 for every 36 photos, and that's just one example. It can get a little cheaper, and it can get much more expensive depending on what kind of film you're shooting. So again, film is expensive. Be sure you know what you're getting into. At some point, you have to question yourself. Like, are you willing to spend this much money on film? Is the film look that important to you when you can probably get 80 to 90% of that look if you know how to edit? So more power to you if that's what you want. So those are the reasons why I won't be shooting much film anymore, and I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. What do you feel about film photography? Is it worth it to you? Will this constant price increase discourage you? How is the situation in your country? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful or perhaps useful in some way, consider subscribing for more. And with that said, keep shooting. From now on, I'll just stick to Instax and disposables, or other forms of film. I will definitely leave all the links in the description, so yeah, check those out.